Oh, it will come, no? Increased knowledge, increased understanding, real intuition, all these things come through meditation. But whatever happens in the meditation is actually much more important than that. And that is why I say you cannot confuse these two. But definitely it will come. No? That's why I don't read books anymore. I don't need to. So, sure, that will come. No? And that we can also, let's say, expect from meditation. But the emphasis there is too much on like what we are experiencing in meditation, and then what we are thinking about that experience, and then the insight that we believe to have found there through that experience. And that is all a sidetracking. That is actually all not what it's about. No? We should stop thinking when meditating. We should stop, this desire for insight. No? The real knowing, it will come after. And that is because something has been released. Your energy has become more light. And from this more subtle energy, suddenly you are able to see something which before you were unable to see or properly see or fully feel to be true. And so that is the main way. Not whatever happens while you are doing your meditation. That is okay. Sometimes some insight there will come which is valuable. No, I'm not saying that it cannot come. I'm not saying even that if you really feel that is valuable and very, let's say, related to where you are and the problems you are dealing with, that you cannot maybe write it down or something like that. No, so that is part of it, but it's definitely not the main thing we are after. No? It is this same addiction that we all have somehow, no? To thinking as a way to control things. No? This is an extension of that. No? When we try to use our meditation for contemplation, actually, no? Then we are still in that same game. Letting go is a totally different game. No? Becoming more light is a totally different game. Anyhow, as long as we have questions, we better try to answer them. No? So when and where and how you do that, that's totally up to you. But we should not be confused when we compare this to the real purpose of meditation. Everything else, that means life, is also very much a part of the spiritual path. No? And to be aware of that also means that somehow that which we are trying to do in meditation, we are also trying to do 24 hours a day, which means to be light, to be detached, to be unconcerned, to be calm, to allow peace to exist. And okay, it is different when you're talking with somebody or when you're meditating, but it's also still the same thing. And as in our meditation there is an evolution, then also in our interaction with people or with cooking or with everything, there is an evolution. And so that is also important. So we should not exclude that. No? But as always in all these things, our ability to think about it is very often a trap. Some thinking, okay, needed, logical, part of the game. I mean, certainly in life we cannot exclude it. But our idea that this is how we are going to reach something, that this is how we are going to solve something, that is how we are going to evolve, that is the very wrong idea, which is a idea that is very Western in a way, which is very solar also, and in that way also, let's say, quite male. While actually meditation belongs to the lunar side, to the female side, because it's about feeling. That is really what we should try to do in meditation, no? To change our feeling. And there always the path is towards peace. More and more and more feel that peace. And whatever comes out of that peace in terms of joy and bliss and love and insight and all that is secondary. You know? It is that depth of peace, of stillness, that is the real practice. You know? Whichever way we try to reach it, using mantra, using breath, using all these things, the central objective is always that in our feeling we come to this neutral Saraswati energy, you know, that then is also related to Sushumna and, you know, the central nadi, the canal through which Kundalini rises. So that is always the main thing. That is what is producing everything else that we can also expect from meditation. But so there then in life, that same objective is always there. On a different level, you can say, because you cannot have the same amount of peace so easily that you can get in your meditation while interacting with the world and dealing with jobs and dealing with all kinds of things. But still it's the same practice actually that we are doing there. Always trying to keep that peace. You know? And it is that peace which allows the becoming more light. And it is that peace, for example, also, which then in a relation with somebody with whom we're talking, let's say, will affect that person, will affect our voice, the tonality of it, will affect also very much what, you know, comes out of our mouths in terms of words and message, and which will make that interaction truly spiritual. It is only the level of peace which we can maintain, which defines everything else that so beautifully can happen, you know, if that level of peace is high. So that is the main thing always. Desire to understand is natural, no? It's a really very human thing, no? Animals don't have that desire very much, no? Because they don't have this complex brain structure. We have become so dependent on it that we believe it will solve everything. So many times people, they spend so much time trying to think their way out of any kind of problem or, you know, question that they have, while the only thing they actually need to do is to go to peace. And then the problem, it goes, and the question, it goes. And that is always the main thing. But okay, this tendency, I have it, everybody has it. But to be aware of it and say shh to our thoughts, very important to remember. The thoughts anyhow, no, when we are in that peace, the thoughts and the words that we speak, they come out perfectly, naturally. There's no need to force there anything, you know. This knowing, this samyama which we talked about some time ago. It's beautiful.